Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Joe Video Show. Tonight is going to be an interesting one, no doubt. I have with me Laura Fry, otherwise known as Femme Fatale. You can linked in the description below. Laura, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I've been looking forward to this stream. It's going to be a very fun and interesting one, at least some of the stuff that I've found. And just so we can give the viewers a bit of context. So I was on Laura's stream 2-3 weeks ago. We did a nice Star Wars trivia thing. It was great, a lot of fun. Afterwards, we were chatting. I don't really remember how we got into the conversation of laws, but then we were like, why don't we do a stream on weird laws? And we're like, okay, yeah, let's make that happen. It's going to be fun. So I've gotten some laws that I found, and you also, Laura, have found some laws, and that's what we're going to talk about. But before I get into that, ladies and gentlemen, please, before I forget, if you're new to the channel, please like. Please also check out the Telegram channel that I have. Link is in the description, and subscribe if you're new. Also, go check out rebelstoreZA.com. Their winter range is now available, and I'm wearing one of the hoodies. It looks awesome. It says, I don't age, I level up. For the gamers.
I need
that one. So there's a lot of cool hoodies, a lot of cool long sleeve shirts, new designs coming out. We're actually working on a new design right now as we speak. So go check it out. And if you see something you like, buy it. Payday is pretty much yesterday. So you have no excuse. And then if you want to support the channel, check out the links again in the description. There's many ways in which you can support the channel. Okay, and also give a super chat. It goes a long way. It goes a very long way to supporting the channel. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I see there's the regular groupies. Gentle Lex. Cameron is also here. Hello, Cameron. And there he says he got my Star. He got his Star Wars hoodie last week. I love it so much. Such great quality. Thank you, Cameron. I'm glad you love it. He actually won the Star Wars hoodie on your channel, Laura. During that trivia, Star Wars trivia that we go check it out because it's actually a lot of fun and maybe you learn something. But anyway, okay. Now that the pleasantries are over, let's you go first. I believe you have some interesting laws in South Africa that were related to South Africa. So take it away when you're ready.
Well, the one that stood out the most for me is that you're not allowed to wrestle bears in South Africa. We don't even have bears in South Africa.
I guess they were like, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. You never know. There's polar bears sometimes. They swim too far.
Who in their right mind would wrestle a bear in any case?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Remember, I'm from the States. It's not unheard of.
True.
But yeah, it is weird to have that law in a country where that animal or species doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Gentle says, "Oh my word! I thought you said beds. No, why would you? That would be also a weird law. That would be a weird law.
Not allowed to wrestle with your bed. I do that every night.
No comment.
I like that joke.
Oh man! All right, so we'll do one. So I'll go next with what I've found. This one's interesting. And okay, so the stuff I have is gonna get progressively worse, and it's to do with around the world. So the first one that I have here goes to England, specifically Wales, and it's called the Salmon Act of 1986. It's illegal to hold salmon under suspicious circumstances.
How do you know? How do you know you're holding it in a suspicious way?
Well, that's the dilemma. That well, they try and put it in context. So they say that you will be arrested if you're found to have handled the salmon under suspicious circumstances. such as you've received it suspiciously or you disposed it suspiciously, whatever that means. It's kind of clear. Like I can imagine, like obviously, if you just throw a salmon on the road, you might get arrested because that could be suspicious. But it kind of reminds me of that TikTok song. Like someone, I want to make a video holding a salmon, like a fake one, and then and running around my room or something, or my house, and just song. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
No, I
Don't
haven't
be
heard that one.
suspicious. Very popular one. And
I can
just
just
film
picture
that.
you doing that, actually.
Well, there you go. Eleutheria just commented exactly what I was thinking. Don't be
Yeah.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Crazy.
What makes it even funnier is the way they put it out here. Is the context may well make the law less weird, but even so, suspiciously holding salmon is a pretty funny offense to be arrested for. Or was I arrested? What? So like, you're in the chickie, right? You're in the holding cell, okay? And then someone asks you, "What'd you get arrested for, boy?" And then you're like, "For suspiciously
Holding a
holding
salmon.
salmon." I mean, in prison, that could mean a whole lot of things.
Yeah. Can you imagine an oak like posing, kissing a fish or something like?
Yeah.
Maybe that's suspicious. I don't know. Maybe that's what they deem as suspicious.
Really makes me wonder how that law came to be. Anyway, your turn.
Okay. Well, the other one that came up for South Africa was that you are not allowed to drive with an animal on your roof.
You're not allowed to drive with an animal on your roof. A dead animal or a live animal?
Either or. You're not allowed to drive with an animal on your roof.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense.
But it's just weird, though. I mean, But I was saying to Jan earlier, I actually want to know who did what to make some of these laws possible. Like, who made them come about? Because they must have done some really funky stuff to to make these laws even possible. Like, it's so weird.
Trying to think, like, sometimes laws are made because human beings were doing something like an activity of some sort. It's like a festival sometimes even. And then eventually, through progression, we learn, okay, that's not actually right to do that. So we're going to make a law to make sure nobody does that. So maybe there was some kind of race that took place with horses on top of a car. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? That's weird.
That is a weird one. Well, in South Africa as well. I mean, I wonder what. Yeah, I don't know.
That's very strange.
Cameron saying laws are made to be broken. Don't listen to that, kids. Digital Lex asking what's the topic. We're just going through some of the weirdest laws in the world for those of you who just tuned in. Laura at the moment is going through some of the South African laws that are weird, and I'm going through some of the world across the world. And the next one actually takes us to Quitman, spelt how you hear it, Quitman, Georgia. So in Quitman, Georgia, if you own any chickens, it is illegal to let them cross the road. That's a law.
I guess they can't use the joke, why did the chicken cross the road either?
No. I mean, again, your question, we're going to keep on asking this throughout the show. Like I can tell, like, what happened for this to be a thing?
No. No,
Oh, man, I'm trying to read the context. There's like a little paragraph, but apparently Georgia likes to ensure the safety and sacredness of their chicken. As in Gainesville, Georgia, you have to eat fried chicken with your bare hands. You have to. That's what they say. You have to eat fried chicken with your bare hands. Keep your forks away from them. The law describes chicken as a culinary delicacy sacred to its municipality. Wow. Perhaps this is why chicken deserves a specific transport safety law.
Transport
Yeah.
safety.
Wow. I mean, why Gainesville, Georgia? That's interesting. But yeah,
That's
apparently.
weird. Cameron says, I wonder what happens to chickens that cross the road. Yeah, me too.
They
Do
get
they get
eaten as
as
punishment.
punishment?
Um. Well, no. Apparently, if it happens, you just get. They find the owner, and then you let your chicken. I imagine that as well. Like you're sitting in. Like this is the thing. You're sitting in prison. Why'd you get arrested? I let my chicken cross the road. Boy, don't tell me a joke. I'm serious. Like that's not a joke. This is not a retelling of why did the chicken cross the road. This is like this is my life. I got arrested because my chicken crossed the damn road.
But as soon as you start, now I got arrested for because my chicken crossed the road. They're like, no, I know that joke already. You don't have to tell it again.
Exactly. Wow. It's like one of those stories where you lie just you don't tell the truth because you want to you'll say things like, oh, I beat up a baby like that. Just
Well,
to like
with chickens being sacred there, then they could say, I ate a chicken. I killed a chicken. I'm really
true.
tough. I killed a chicken.
Jeez. All right, your turn.
Well, the other one was, and this is specifically for road rages, okay?
Yanni, I hope you're listening.
And me. But I think this is more for people who live in like rural side. If there's a herder with their herd crossing the road, they're actually in the right of way. So if you're driving down the road and there's cattle with his herder crossing the road, you can't say anything, you can't hoot. You know, even if you scream at them, you're just being an ass because it's actually their right of way, not yours.
Oh man.
So how does that work if you hit a cow?
Well, it's I guess it's like hitting a human. You didn't stop.
So crazy.
That's interesting though. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind next time. Next time I come across that, but is this only with is this any animal like a sheep?
Yeah.
Okay, so even chickens are allowed to cross the road in South Africa. So I mean,
If they have yeah, it says in South Africa, you as a driver of a vehicle have to stop your vehicle to give right of way to a herder and his or her livestock.
I guess it kind of makes sense because obviously some people are impatient. They might hit an animal, and then it's like, the farmer or herder has to but that does get frustrating. What if it's rhinos?
Would rhinos have a herder?
Yeah, maybe well, actually, no, they wouldn't. But no, camels would, but there's no
Yeah.
camels in South Africa.
No.
Um,
Like there's no bees.
so they don't have to worry about that. That's interesting. All right, cool. Next one goes to Australia, which is the second most populated state in Australia. Says it's illegal to change a light bulb unless you're a licensed electrician. What? How many people died?
Yeah.
I want to know. How many people died trying to change light bulbs in this state of Australia?
Well, clearly
It's,
either their people are really stupid or they really think very highly of their electricians.
yeah, jeez. Okay, so I'm going to read what it says here. Under Victorian law, changing a light bulb without a valid license to do so was against the law. Taking your light into your own hands brought a fine of 10 Australian dollars, and this is obviously way back when. So, however, a revision of the 1998 Electricity Safety Act updated this law. A spokeswoman for Energy Safe Victoria said while the Electricity Safety Act makes it illegal to do your own electrical work, if you're not licensed, changing a light bulb and removing a plug from a socket were specifically exempted from this requirement under Order and Council G17. So they fixed it. But there was a time
when you couldn't change your own light bulb.
No. and Letharia is saying, yes, Australia has weird nanny laws.
Can you imagine? It's like your light bulb costs you, let's just say, for example, if you use rands, your light bulb costs you $60, but you have to pay $400 to the electrician and come and change. Like, what?
I'm sure electricians in that part of Australia are filthy rich. They have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you would charge, like, if you're going to charge for that, you charge for petrol, the time, which wouldn't be long, but I mean, the call out, the time, then the light bulb itself, then labor.
I wonder if you were allowed to buy a light bulb. I mean, I'm guessing if you have to be an electrician, you probably weren't allowed to buy a light bulb either. Otherwise, what's stopping you from changing your own light bulb?
I don't think anybody listens to it, though. Like, let's be honest. I don't. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know if this is any. Well, they've updated it, so it's not the same anymore. But damn, back in the day was weird. Okay, your turn.
Okay, well, the last strange law that came up for South Africa was to do with the Sexual Offences Act. And believe it or not, that all these teenagers that's under the age of 16 years old, if you are posting on social media, kissing your boyfriend or anything like that, you can get criminalized for it. So, and that law is still in effect. So under this law, teenagers under 16 years old may not kiss or engage in any sexual behavior whatsoever, as it has been criminalized by our government.
Wow, you hear that, kids? Yeah, you're not allowed to do that on social media. I wonder how some people feel about that. For me, I mean, I think if I had a kid that was under the age of 16, I wouldn't want that stuff out there. You know how the internet is like forever, So yeah, I actually kind of agree with that law. It's weird, but I agree with it.
But I wouldn't, I mean, to charge him with a criminal offense because of
That's a bit extreme, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little bit extreme to a 16-year-old.
That is true, yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. All right, so
sometimes these teenagers do this, where they have, even as a profile picture on WhatsApp or something like that, they've got a picture of them kissing or hugging or whatever their boyfriend. It's like,
well, I think Cameron wants to send some people to jail, so he's like, let me quickly go check on my social media. It's going to start reporting people.
Oh, no. Don't Corin out on us, Cameron.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one's also kind of interesting. Milan in Italy states that it is illegal. Sorry. Let me say that again. Italy states that it is a legal requirement to smile at all times, except at funerals or hospitals.
How crazy. Like, really?
So you have to walk in Milan like this the entire time, unless you're at a funeral or at the hospital. I mean, I want to go to Milan just to see if people do this, because that is some weird stuff. Like, it's difficult to keep a smile. Yeah, no, well, it's law.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine being on a date with an Italian in Milan? Like, hi, how are you? But what? Okay, but I was just gonna. I was just gonna say, like, what if you're not at a funeral or the hospital, but you have sad news? and you're not in that like a funeral or a hospital. So does that mean, it's like, how are you? How well, my dog died.
I'm having such a bad day. I'm so depressed.
Oh man. Oh my word. Yeah. And then like you said, arguments. Oh my word. Jeez. Like I don't know. Jeez. Why didn't you do the dishes? Why? Tell me.
Like, because you look
It
so
becomes-
happy I didn't do it.
I might be smiling now, but I'm deeply, deeply furious. It's just I don't want you to send me to jail for not smiling.
It's like, how dare you cheat on me?
It wasn't me. My cheeks are actually getting quite sore. I mean, I would start to go to funerals even if I didn't know the person, just so I could relax my face a bit.
They've probably got the strongest cheeks in the whole world.
Yeah,
you check like these muscle. They got packed cheeks.
Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? All right, so your turn.
Okay, another one which I saw, which I thought was quite weird, is the curfew on flushing toilets after 10 p.m. is quite a strict regulation in Switzerland. So after 10 o'clock at night, you're not allowed to flush a toilet. So what do you
law?
do with gastro?
Like, oh my word. That just gets weirder.
That is a really weird law.
So after midnight, basically, you're not allowed to flush
No, after 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Oh, 10 o'clock. In the evening?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to flush a toilet. Why? What happened? Was there some kind of big, like, sewage plant accident in the 60s that just, like, killed millions of people that we don't know about? What happened?
Either that or they build their apartments or complex blocks very, like, non-soundproof.
I mean, how messed... Wait, maybe it's the people's... Where was this? Switzerland?
Yeah.
See, it's all the damn chocolates that's making their bowels and whatever happens inside their body just obviously smell to high heaven. And they just need to make sure that, there's time for the atmosphere to absorb it, and not everyone has to smell everything and stuff like that. Like, it's got to be the chocolate, man.
All the dairy, you see.
Yeah. Jeez.
Imagine you had gastro. What do you do then?
Well, I think you would need to probably do what Cameron suggested, and yeah.
Imagine how many holes there would be around the country.
But here's the thing, right? They said you're not allowed to flush. So effectively, what might happen is, I don't know if any of you guys, I don't know if you experienced it, Laura, but like in Cape Town when we were on, what's it? Not day zero. What's it? Water. When we had that big water crisis and we were trying to save water as much as possible, there was a saying. What was it?
Let yellow mellow and
yes, let yellow mellow, brown, brown flush it down. So I mean, I think that might be the principle in Switzerland after 10 p.m.
No, but you can't even flush it if it's brown. You're not allowed to flush the toilet at all.
They have to wait until the morning.
Ew.
Mm-mm.
Ew.
Mm-mm.
Imagine having to go pee in the middle of the night in the toilet. Oh, no. No.
Okay, moving on. In Florida, going back to the USA now, in Florida, it is illegal to pass wind. Oh, boy. In a public place after 6 p.m. on a Thursday.
after 6 p.m. on a Thursday. So they actually specified which day and time. Are you kidding? Really?
I have to read the paragraph. So it says there is some debate over this one. It certainly is forgotten. It is a forgotten law and has never really been enforced in Florida. It was possibly written in the 1800s and forgotten since. It is not clear as to why this ever became a law or rumored in the first place, but it is real and it is there. It's illegal to pass wind in public after 6 p.m. on Thursday specifically.
I don't get that. I really don't. Like,
Okay,
why
so
6 p.m. on a
basically
Thursday?
from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. or midnight on a Thursday, you cannot pass wind in public.
So I would just stay at home every Thursday night.
I think everybody would.
Yeah. As Cameron says, 6 p.m. on a Thursday. How specific? I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it some
wonder
holy
what-
day or something?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I wonder if there was something in the 1800s on a Thursday that people did.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something sacred. I don't know. If there's any history buffs watching, let us know. Maybe there's something that used to take place in the 1800s.
But speaking of that law, in 2011, there was a law passed in Malawi. I think it was the foul air something law that also in public you're not allowed to pass gas in public. So that's not even at a specific day or a specific time. That's all the time.
Wow. Thing is, right, with that kind of law, like, how are you going to implement that? How are you going to make sure? I mean, like, because most of the time when anybody farts in public, no one admits to it. It's very rare, unless you're Johan. But I mean, like, most people don't admit. Most people don't admit, like, right? Yeah, but you see, Johan has a gun, so if anybody wants to make fun of him, he just pulls that thing out, and then everybody's just like, dude, you can fart whenever you want. Like, it's really not a problem. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, your turn.
Another one that I found in Ohio, policemen are allowed to bite. So
They gotta what? So they can do a Mike Tyson?
The cops can bite in Ohio. So it says here there is a weird law that allows the police departments of Ohio to bite a dog if they think it would help the canine calm down. Like,
Oh,
so
they can
weird.
bite a dog.
Yeah.
So, okay, I thought you meant like bite people.
No.
You're under arrest. Bite a dog though to calm it down.
I've never heard of calming a dog down by biting it.
Neither have I. That's never ever aired on Animal Planet. Like, that's never National Geographic. National Geographic didn't cover it. I don't think that's real. David Attenborough never narrated it. No, it's no. I gotta agree with Gentle on that. Like, what the F? Like,
like, what? I mean, surely they would just piss it off more. I mean, like,
yeah. What judge? What judge was like, you know what? We need this law. Oh,
yeah.
Officers just can't take control of their canines, and
now they got.
You know what, guys? Now you can bite. You can bite them.
Well, maybe their philosophy is if the dog's allowed to bite, the owner's allowed to bite too.
I wonder if there's a cop that ever did that. Like,
it's very weird.
Okay. Moving
Gentle
on.
says it will bite back. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, jeez. All All right. So next one is it is against the law to have a sleeping donkey in your bathtub after 7 p.m. This is in, don't know why. In Arizona, this law was brought into effect due to here we go due to a public menace case in 1924. A merchant used to allow his donkey to sleep in the bathtub. The town was flooded when a local dam broke and the donkey was washed a mile down the valley. Sorry, it's a little bit funny. Um, the donkey survived. Okay, so it's funny. But locals spent a lot of time and manpower to save the animal. This law was passed shortly after. So because the donkey was sleeping in the bathtub and then a dam broke and it just the water took the whole town. The donkey survived in the bathtub, but apparently it took a lot of time and manpower to save the animal. So they were so pissed off. That's how you know you pissed off the town. When the
I've got
town
questions, but I don't know if I should ask.
when the town makes a law after something that happened because of you, you know you pissed them off.
Yeah. But so now, so a dam could break every, what's it, Thursday?
What? Oh no, it's just it's general. 7 p.m. Like
Oh,
after 7 p.m., you're not allowed to. There's no specific day. It's like in general, every
so
day
the rest
7
of the day
p.m.
could break every day.
Yeah, like it just that we're rather safe than sorry, you know, because God forbid you want to have a donkey sleeping in your bathtub in 2021, and that dam breaks. Now that wouldn't make it so terrible. Um,
So my next question
yeah.
would be, they wasted a lot of resources trying to save the donkey instead of wasting resources trying to save the people that probably died during that dam break.
Well, I think that's why it was so stressful, is because they're busy trying to rescue people, but they also had to rescue a donkey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so and obviously this guy that owns the donkey was like, "What about my donkey? You're helping her, but you're not helping my donkey." So that's why they made the law, because he wouldn't shut up about the damn donkey, So they're like, you know what? We're gonna make sure you don't put that donkey in that bathtub ever again.
And who lets a donkey sleep in a bathtub?
This guy apparently, yeah, that's actually a good question. I didn't even think of that. It's not a
Yeah,
dog. Why is a donkey in your house in the first place?
exactly.
Oh my word,
I mean,
there's
it's
just
not
so
like a
many
dog or a
questions.
cat, or like if they said don't let your cat sleep in the bathtub, I'd say, oh, okay, that could be possible. But a donkey,
I,
like,
yeah. All right, your turn.
okay, this one's pretty weird. Anything over 50 kilograms of potatoes is considered illegal in West Australia.
What's up with
So
Australia, man?
you're not allowed to possess more than 50 kilograms of potatoes.
What if you own a potato farm?
I don't know.
I mean, a
But I mean,
legitimate question.
who the hell's going to eat 50 kilos of potatoes? You can only eat
Why
so many
is
chips
it?
in a day.
Wait, maybe it's because you can make vodka out of potatoes. I mean, that's what I know, or that's what I've
Maybe.
heard. That's where vodka comes from.
It says that is the maximum permitted quantity of potatoes one can possess in West Australia at a time. Anything over 50 kilograms is considered legal, and this weird law states that the regulators can take strict action against it. Okay, so it doesn't even say why.
The
All
thing
right.
is, right? So, like, I would after like this whole lockdown stuff is over, South Africa at some point says you're not allowed to buy more than X amount of pineapples, right? Because people make pineapple beer and it can be dangerous. So maybe the whole like potato thing. Maybe there was some kind of situation. People were thirsty. They made vodka. They drank. I don't know. And people died because they were making it wrong. I don't know. Could be. I don't know.
You never
But
know.
it's weird.
It is weird. Like, I can't even. I mean, if I get 10 kilos, it's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot.
And
I
it'll last
usually
like
just
a
buy
whole
two.
month, let
Yeah.
alone like having 50 kilos at a time. That's a yard you would have to have just to store 50 kilos of potatoes.
Jeez.
Not to mention
Australia.
rats and whatever else.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Interesting. So the next one is in Scotland. If someone knocks on your door and requires to use the toilet, you must let them enter. So you can get arrested in Scotland for denying someone to use your bathroom. Like that person can literally like report you to the cops and get you arrested because you didn't let them use your bathroom. I kind of like this law because there's been times when I've gone to like I've needed to use the bathroom and I'm nowhere, like I'm somewhere obviously and traveling or whatever, and I've gone into shops and they say like no, there's a bathroom but customers can't use it, and I'm like really,
Yeah.
like seriously? So yeah, I like this law.
But then won't they use that excuse? I suppose, okay, it's not South Africa, but they could use the excuse to get into your house to rob you.
See, funny enough, when I first read that law, that's the first thing I thought of too.
That's what happens when you live in South Africa. We always think our mind always goes to crime.
Yo, imagine what would happen then. So let's like put this in South African context, right? You would get arrested if you denied someone to get to use your bathroom. I say no, don't want you to use my bathroom. No. I let you in because it's a law. I have to let you in to use my bathroom. So let you in. You go to the bathroom. You come out. You rob me. You leave.
Yeah.
It's not really a break-in because I let you in. So that's going to be complicated.
No
You
forced
robbed me. So that's also against the law. Maybe even if you rob me, like you'd still go to jail. The question would be like, if you came and asked to use the bathroom, I said no, but you pushed in, used the bathroom, and stole toilet paper. That's where I would ask the law, like, how would
But
that
how would you
work out?
prove that all the toilet paper and didn't use it?
Well, that's up to the Scottish law to tell us.
Can you imagine the discussion with your insurance?
Oh my word.
No, there was no forced entry because I couldn't deny him access to use my bathroom. What the hell?
Exactly. Oh my
No.
word.
Like, no. Mm-mm. My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So this law, it's kind of backwards if you ask me. This weird law states that motorists with criminal intentions that are driving through the city limits of Washington must call the police chief before entering the city.
Say that again.
Motorists with criminal intentions that are driving through the city limits of Washington must call the police chief before entering the city. It's like if I have criminal intentions, I'm not going to notify the police I'm entering the state. I mean, like, really? Like, I don't know.
I'm just wondering if every criminal is like that's gone into Washington has been charged with that. Like, you know, they find out like any criminal that's been like cross country comes in, does a robbery, gets caught. They're like, okay, we're arresting you for robbery, damage to property. Oh, and you that you were coming to do criminal activity. So that's another
Yeah.
10 years. Like,
You never told us. Like
man.
Beth says, yeah, just say sorry. The toilet is currently occupied by some ass. And I was thinking, no, why don't you just tell him my donkey's in the bath?
Actually, a very good loophole, not a bad one. Uh, I see some people are getting in on the fun very quickly. Apparently, Cameron says that Joe and Laura, he says that in Canada, iced coffee is illegal. I want to double check that. Apparently, Al Shabaab in Somalia banned samosas in their territories because the triangle is the Christian Trinity. Poor Hindus. Okay. Yeah. That's some interesting stuff.
Beth says, then keep an or stuffed toy in the bathroom.
All right. This next one is going to be nice for all the wives out there. I think a lot of wives might want to move to this country once I read this. In Samoa, it is illegal to forget your wife's birthday. So
Wow.
any husband out there who lives like in Samoa, if you could get literally arrested for forgetting your wife's birthday.
Wow.
That's a bit harsh.
Wow. That's crazy. Wow.
I want to read. You will get more than the silent treatment from your wife if you forget her birthday in Samoa. It is unclear how long your sentence would be, but maybe sometime apart for you to think about how to make it up to her wouldn't be too bad.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
That
is crazy.
But I saw there was somewhere else about wives, where wives are only allowed to drink. I think it was Bolivia. Wives are only married women are only allowed to have one glass of wine. I'll never move
What
there.
happens to Bolivian? Well, I was about to ask what happens to Bolivian women who have too much wine. That really worries me. Like, is there like abuse or something? Like, there has to be a reason for these laws.
That's the thing. Who did what to make these laws possible? Like, it just, yeah.
Well, yeah, like forgetting your wife's birthday. What happened? Which marriage was so important that it just the man who forgot this woman's birthday just created absolute chaos? That the country decided, you know what, men are never allowed to forget a woman's birthday ever again. In this country, all men will remember their wives' birthdays.
That's crazy.
That, yeah. Well, I mean, like, I can't. Again, it's like, going to jail. I think that jails will be overflooded with men who forgot their wives' birthdays.
At least the law is that they have to notice if their wife has a haircut, because then the jails would really be full.
Oh boy. Your turn.
Okay, this one's weird. So in Thailand, it is illegal to leave your house without wearing underwear.
Well, I like that one. I do like that one.
They're just going to walk up to you and pull your pants down, like.
Fair enough. Yeah. No comment. No, I think it's a good law. I think we all should wear, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like to wear underwear. They like to do the whole, what's it? Commando or whatever.
Commando.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hygienic to wear underwear. Um, yeah, I don't know why specifically Thailand. I mean,
I don't know. And I would have thought it would
but
have been the opposite in Thailand. No offense.
yeah. Again, what happened where they were like, "This has gone too far. All
Yeah.
you people who are not wearing underwear, enough is enough."
There was too many people going, "What's that smell?"
Oh no. Somehow we always get back to the poo.
I
All
spent too much
right.
time around Beth, you can tell.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is also very I mean, okay, let me just read it. It's a town in France, and they've made it a legal requirement to have bought a burial plot before dying. So if you have to buy your grave or whatever before you die. It's like law. All right. Now, there's a bit of a problem with this law
Yeah.
because who knows what kind of punishment you give the dead if they haven't bought a plot.
They've got an entire jail cell full of coffins.
Yeah. What? I mean, how do you punish them? They're dead. It's like the most ridiculous thing. How do you? And that's so unfair. Like maybe someone was like planning in the week to go look at like a burial site or whatever, and like
Get
choose
hit by a
everything.
car.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. What a ridiculous.
Slipped in their bathroom and banged their head and died. Like,
Apparently, people who die anyway will be severely punished. That's apparently what it says in the law. But again, how you severely punish
a dead
the
person.
dead? Yeah, I mean, like they died. This is like the most illogical law I've ever heard of. Oh,
That I'd love to know how they enforce some of these things.
you can't. Because by
Yeah.
the time, like, I don't think there's like a time limit, like, oh, by the age of 20 or by the age of 30, 40, 50 or whatever, you have to have bought your own plot of land. Because, like, it's not like you can plan to die. Well, you can, but I mean, yeah. It's, it's, you never know when when your time's gonna go. Most of the time, you never know.
No.
So,
Unless you're like sick, then it's a
unless you're
different
sick.
story.
Yeah, but then even, you know what? Even if you're sick, right? And the person doesn't buy a plot, what are you really
Yeah.
gonna do to the person? The person's dead.
You're
Like, let
spending
him
your
be.
last 2 hours in jail.
No, but like,
You
oh man, I don't know. This is like, is there a coffin?
died
Like,
a
do you?
criminal.
No, but like, do they take the coffin to a court? Like, and the lawyer's just like, Your Honor, my client did not know that they were going to die on the 18th of June, 2021. The car just came out of nowhere, Your Honor, and my client pleads not guilty.
And you got like the urn with ashes there next to you.
It's like, and the judge says something, and he's like, "Okay, hold on, Your Honor. Let me just check with my client quickly."
Yeah. Where's your evidence? Right here, sir.
Right here, right here, Your Honor. You want to take a bit of a whiff? You want to see like all the? Here's a death certificate.
Oh my word.
How? I mean, I know we shouldn't make fun of the dead, but come on, guys. This is
Yeah.
like how.
No, we're making fun of the law, not the dead.
Yeah. Like, oh my word.
So one that I saw earlier today is you are not allowed to reincarnate without permission in China.
You're not allowed to reincarnate without permission in China.
Like,
I
what are
don't
you
mean to
gonna
be
do?
rude, but seriously, permission from
You
who?
reincarnate as a dog, and then you walk up to the Buddha or whatever, and you go woof woof. I mean,
Wolf, I'm sorry.
woof, I'm sorry.
It just happened. It just happened. I was a man and now I'm a chihuahua. I don't know what happened. It just happened. It just happened. Trust me, do you think I want to be a chihuahua right now? Why couldn't you make me a bulldog or something? Oh man.
Like, the same thing. You don't know when you're gonna die. So when you,
Is it like a process? Like when someone dies, like they have a moment where they can choose. And then it's like
yeah,
someone's like, oh no, but you gotta get permission first. And someone's like, no, screw that. I'm going in. Like
that chihuahua's mine.
no, but maybe that's why he became a chihuahua, is because he didn't wait. You know,
Maybe.
like there's a list, you know, like, okay, wait, you got to get permission. We got to find out which animal you're going to come back as. You might come back as a human being. We'll check it out, sir. Just hold on. Just hold on. Wait. And then when the guy's not looking, just like go in like, I don't know, in some kind of weird portal or something. Comes out as a chihuahua. And the moment he lands as a chihuahua, he's like, I should have waited.
Damn, I wanted to be a bear.
I wanted to wrestle with some South Africans.
I want to be the donkey in the bathtub.
Jeez, man. You need permission.
I don't know where.
What happened? How is that law even possible? Like how?
Again, how do you enforce it?
But I mean, I just I don't know. It's hurting my mind. Okay. This is my and it's again we return to Italy. It is against the law not to walk your dog at least 3 times a day in Turin, Italy, specifically Turin, Italy.
So do people not work in Italy? Like,
it's a very good question. Dog owners in Turin, Italy, will be fined up to 500 euros if they don't walk their pets at least 3 times a day under a new law. So this is a new law. This isn't like an old law. This is new. From the city's council. Italy considers itself an animal-loving nation, and in many cities, stray cats and in many cities, stray cats and protected by law are protected by law. This type on their side. To enforce the law, Turin police would rely largely on the help of tipsters, spotting cruel treatment by neighbors. Turin has the most stringent animal protection rules in the country. They even ban fairgrounds from giving away goldfish in bags. I kind of agree with that one, though. Like, it's nice. It's nice that a country cares about its animals and it's very strict. But as to your point, 3 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, what do you? So you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning so that you can go walk your dog, and then come back and get ready for work, and off you go to work. At lunchtime, you got to go home, go walk your dog again, go back to work, and then when you finished work in the evening, you got to go walk your dog again. Because that's the only way you could do it. I mean, I can understand twice a day, but 3 times a day?
Yeah, twice a day would be a lot more manageable. And the thing
Yeah.
is, like, also, like, do they not have like houses in Italy? Like, not some houses, have a big yard. The dogs can like easily, run around. I mean, uh, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but Beth doesn't have like a huge house, but it's a decent sized house.
Yeah.
And they have a pool. And their new dog, Nelson, like, oh my word, you don't need to walk that dog 3 times a day because he swims in that pool like 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
And he loves it. And he's such an awesome dog. Like, he will get out of the pool. Seen it happen in front of me. He gets out of the pool, he pees, and then he jumps back into the pool. The most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I didn't see that.
He's so polite.
I'll tell you
But
what,
he will swim.
I could physically own a farm and you would still find Sheila on my bed.
But that's the other thing. That's actually a good point because some dogs are lazy.
Yeah.
Some
Sheila
dogs are
would
very, very lazy.
never leave my bed. I mean, even if we leave the front door open for her so she can go bark a bit at the gate, because she used to love chasing the trucks by the gates and the scooters. She hates the debonair scooters and she hates the trucks.
Yeah, she's got good taste in pizza.
Yeah, so if we go outside to do something, then we'll leave the gate open for her for a little bit just so she can go do her bark thing. And she's not interested. She comes inside and lies on the couch or lies on the bed. She's like, whatever.
Oh my word. Wow. That is wow. This is the Italy one. I'm gonna give you one last one and then we'll call it.
Okay. Let me see what I got you. Okay, so pregnant women in Madagascar are prohibited from wearing hats.
I at the beginning when you started with that law, pregnant women, I was like, how weird could this be? It got weird. You're not allowed to wear hats
because you're pregnant. Like,
okay, you have kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever wear a hat during your pregnancy?
I didn't need to.
I'm just wondering. Maybe there was some kind of weird sensation. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, when you're pregnant, your hormones are going crazy, and so sometimes your nails battle, your skin battles. So like to me, wearing a hat would be a good thing so that you don't burn or. And also, pregnant women get more hot than most people.
That is true, but I think I know what happened here.
What?
I think that there was some kind. So obviously, there was some kind of congressman or whatever. The people who make laws or have control over laws in Madagascar, whatever they're called, right? Congressman or policymaker, whatever. Obviously, his wife fell pregnant and had a weird obsession with hats. And he just made it a law. He was so pissed off. He made a law to say pregnant women cannot wear hats. That's what happened. It's the only explanation. For some reason, women in Madagascar obviously have a weird obsession with hats when they're pregnant, because the rest of the policymakers agreed. They're like, yes, you know what? It wasn't even about their wives. It was this guy's wife pissed off every single man in Madagascar with her hats. That's what happened. And they were like, you know what? 9 months, we need a break. That's the only explanation. Unless another explanation is that, and this is a bit more horrific, maybe they wear big hats in Madagascar, and this lady was wearing a big hat, didn't see something falling. She got hit, maybe,
Or walked into something.
or walked into something. Could be. But I prefer my first story.
Me too. Cameron's begging us to read his message.
Sure. All right, we'll read. All right, here it is. Two strange laws. It's illegal to climb a tree in Toronto, and it's illegal to pee in the ocean in Portugal.
Who made these laws? Who did what's in a tree to make it illegal? I really want to know.
I think there's a word missing for the climb a tree one. It's illegal for cats to climb a tree in Toronto. That would make sense. And then it's illegal for to pee in the ocean in Portugal. I guess they really like their ocean. Either that or like.
How are they gonna check?
Well, I mean, okay. As weird as it may sound.
Or what?
As weird as it may sound, I think you could tell if a man's peeing on the beach or in the ocean.
How?
They're standing on the beach.
But in the ocean, how would you know?
Yeah, the ocean, you wouldn't really know. But yeah, okay, maybe, yeah. It's just, okay, so it's ocean. Yeah, that's a good point.
That one, the tree, I actually read that one myself as well. It's illegal to climb a tree.
Well, the Canadians are tree huggers, man. They're like the hippies, and the tree has
maybe
feelings.
That's why you're not allowed to climb a tree. Maybe they feel you hurting the tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The tree has feelings. Damn it!
How dare you eat that carrot?
They're the same people who be like, "No, you cannot write on that piece of paper. It comes from a tree, man. No."
I wonder what their paper's made out of.
Jeez, I don't know.
Fur. That's actually an interesting thought.
Well, I saw once the Chinese were trying to make paper out of elephant dung.
How do you stop
They were close. I don't know. The process makes it white. I don't know. They did something.
Okay.
Okay. Well, other theory says no. It's to preserve the public health funds. All those kids breaking arms. It's a lot of kids.
Arms
to make an impact.
Necks.
Necks. Wow. Alrighty.
I'm told that it's illegal to ride a cow drunk in Scotland.
You know what? The Scottish are known for their drinking. I'm not surprised with this one for some reason.
Riding a cow.
Yeah, well, the Scottish are like, they drink a lot. So I'm not surprised. For some reason, I'm just not surprised about that one. I'm like, yeah, that explains a lot. I mean, like, because it says specifically you're not allowed to ride a cow drunk. So that implies that way back when, there used to be a thing that people, maybe kids used to do, like, you know how, like in America, I don't know if you have it here, but in America, there's something called tipping, which is, some people think it's just a myth, but other people think, no, it really does happen. It's not good for the cow if you tip it over. But also people argue it's impossible to do that. But anyway, it's this thing. So in Scotland, instead of tipping cows, they ride them drunk. And it's very dangerous for the animal. And I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Anything that's good for animals is good for me.
Exactly. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it here. We do have more laws, and I think we'll do this. If we can get the likes on this stream to 50, then we'll do a part 2 of this show. And we'll see some more. Let's trust me, guys. There's like so much more out there, like so much more. It's actually scary.
It is scary. How many weird laws there are.
Yeah, there was even one that I forgot to mention, but I'll leave it. I'll leave it for the next one if it happens. It's a law, I think, in Mississippi. Yeah, it's an interesting one as well. So if you want to know more about that, hit the like button, get it to 50 people, get to 50 likes, and share far and wide. Laura, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for this awesome stream. It was a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. I see some people saying that we must do it again, and that it was fun.
Then share it.
Share it, like the stream. We'll make it happen again. Cool. Laura, do you want to say anything in closing?
Thanks, Joe. It was so great to be on your show. It was really awesome. And yeah, I agree. We should do this again. It was really great fun.
Cool. Thanks, Laura. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed to Laura, her link is in the description below. And go give her a sub. Also, don't forget to like this channel. Check out the Telegram channel. You get notified of all the upcoming uploads and live streams. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next one. I'll be back tomorrow evening where we're going to be roasting the headlines. Comedians roast the headlines. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please tune in for that. We actually got a fan that sent in an article that has the weirdest headlines, the top 40 weirdest headlines ever. So that's going to be very interesting to read. Looking forward to that one. So tune in tomorrow evening. If I don't see you there, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.